Come on into the ditch. I'm your resident ditch witch, Tara Tyne, and we're about to get witchy, whether you like it or not. We've taken a spin down this weekend to the house. It's Saturday and some of our plans with friends fell through, so we thought we'd take a little evening time spin down to the site and just do something useful. So we're measuring out and getting an idea for where we want to put the mobile home, and we also had the big snips, what do you call them, like the loppers, in the boot, so we decided we would do some ivy cutting as well, just getting ahead of the game as far as that's concerned. So you can see here and just there and here and all the way down to there, and there is where our mobile roughly is going to be. So in the meantime we need to level this ground a little bit where it's going to be, get some stone put in. But we've already been doing a little bit of work down here that I didn't film for you, but as it turns out, and I know it's not a word you'd use too often about something as beautiful and useful as willow, but we have a sort of a willow infestation. So you can see it kind of growing there, and they're all down here. This is all willow, so whoever owned it before us kind of just threw the sallies down into the land. They've been buried over time, and yeah, now we have the makings of a willow forest. So yes, I know, as soon as I get a chance I'll start organising to kind of coppice it and manage it and maintain it rather than trying to get rid of it altogether, because it is after all great for soaking up surface groundwater. And obviously then when I get enough of it going and get my system in place, I'll be able to build beautiful fences out of it by weaving it, because willow of course is one of the most popular materials for weaving. So there will come a day when I'm extremely grateful for our rather large free supply of willow. But we were a little bit concerned to begin with that with so much of it growing, if we left the site for, you know, a few weeks at a time at all, that by the time we come down looking to move a mobile home onto it, that we might find we have a willow grove or a willow forest. So Dave came down with the hedge trimmers. Well, we both came down, but Dave did the work with the hedge trimmers and just cleared a bit of space close to the house so that there's nothing taken off there while we're busy working on other stuff, and in and around where we're planning on putting the mobile as well, just to try and stem the growth a little bit, because it's very fast growing from what I hear is willow, and certainly, you know, we can see it coming up quite quickly now, but our time and energy has to be spent elsewhere at the minute, so that's what we have to do.
Hello.
Hello. So we're just cutting off the ivy at the bottom of the house. The idea is that over the next few months, over the rest of the summer basically, it'll start to die off slightly and be ever so slightly easier to remove from the house, because you'll remember some of it's actually making its way into the house. So we just want to cut it off now while we can to prevent it getting any worse.
We're going to spray the roots then with a mixture of vinegar, water and baking soda, which is supposed to be very good natural way of killing off the roots.
Well, we're going to give it a try.
Yeah.
It's not always that easy using sort of the vinegar baking soda combination. Sometimes I think it's just like a bit of a cure-all, but sure, we'll give it a go. It'll cost us nothing, and we'll see how we do. And we're also being extremely careful not to disturb what I think might be a swallow's nest. I'm not too sure. Stay away, Dave. Don't go too close. Do not upset them. So we're staying well away from that situation too, so that if there are any birds using it, we're not disturbing them too much. I don't see any, but then you never know.
It's going through the wall there, and we got the root out.
So Dave reckons he found where the ivy was kind of initially getting into the house. I personally think there's a few points. We found a few big knots there, but
corners and stuff.
we're up as far as the beautiful stone wall which goes around the house now.
one problem.
We do intend to keep that, but there is a chance that it might need to be brought down at some point in case a digger needs access for putting in pipes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it might need to come down, which would be very sad, but we keep the stone and rebuild it because I really like it.
Gorgeous.
It's got that sort of enclosed cottage garden feel out the front.
On the wall there's a lot of moss formed,
Mhm.
and the ivy is putting new roots in the moss.
In the moss.
Yeah, so some of the roots are starting.
It's a terror the
actually
way
on
they
that.
mind each other, isn't it? The ivy and the
yeah.
moss. They're like sheltering
Biffles.
each other. Yeah, they're biffles. And we're just waiting on our friend Alice to come down as well, and she's going to be living not too terribly far away at some point, and we know her from Dundalk, but she's actually originally from County Leitrim, so I'm sure she'll be here shortly. We went to see her cottage and now she's coming down to see ours, and we're just going to be cottage buddies, aren't we, Dave?
Cabbage.
Cabbage buddies.
Cabbage buddies.
Cabbage buddies,
That's
maybe.
what
Oh, and I'm falling over stones. This isn't the
Patch Kids.
this isn't the best spot to be spanding. I can't talk now. I can either talk or negotiate ditches. I can't do both. And we're now into Sunday, the so-called day of rest. Yeah, not so much. Dave's just putting together his new wee workbench there.
Hey!
God bless Lidl and their incredibly hard to pass, useful things. Does it work, Dave?
Yeah, it works.
We'll be able to clamp things in there now.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever you want, babe.
You clamp anything at all, and we're definitely going to need to. There's Hannah. She's been out helping me today, just making things a bit cleaner. We had a bit of a, as you can see, she's done a hell of a job. We both have. Pats on the back.
Pink stuff.
Pink stuff, yeah, this stuff is just great for the scrubbing. We had a little bit of a mould issue just along the hood of the cooker, which was a bit tough to get off. And we had just some old rusty water kind of lying on the top of the cooker. But now that we've come along with the pink stuff, Hannah came along with her magic tub of pink stuff, and
before and after.
I know we should. I think I have some photos of before, so I can show you that too, just in comparison to how much cleaner it is. Here's some footage I got on the mobile a week or two before we started clearing out and cleaning it up. You may have guessed I'm several weeks behind on actually editing videos, but I have been filming and photographing every step of the way, so stay tuned. As for our mobile, I have visions of reviving it to its highest potential bit by bit, so that when we're at the phase of living in the house, but not yet being able to extend the house, we at least have somewhere for family and friends to stay when they come to visit. But that's ages away yet. For now, we just need to make this puppy movable and livable. So we're only really doing kind of the cosmetic stuff for now. We're basically bleaching the crap out of everything. Ceilings and walls and stuff, just so that we know if there's any more like problem areas that need addressed. Like we had quite a serious leak coming in this skylight, but Dave has sealed it up there with the Tech 7 today, and he did some sealing on the outside as well, so we're hoping now that's the end of that mould problem. And yeah, we've just we've got mount furniture here. We just put everything in a pile, and myself and Hannah now are going to move all that down to the bedroom, which I've been hard at work cleaning. And yeah, we've got our space nearly ready to go for the office too. I'm thinking about just painting the whole lot of it white, folks. Tell me what you think in the comments. I think if I paint it all white, it'll be like nice, new and fresh, and then, you know, I can add some accents of colour here and there with, you know, with accessories and things. And if I decide then something needs a pop of colour, so it's no harm adding it afterwards, because the bedroom now is quite dark and dank, but it's a bit easier to see since I got the curtains off at least. And yeah, I've just been getting some of the paint off the furniture and that, because, you know, just anything to make it look a little bit tidier. And then our biggest problem really that we're concerned with at the minute, that isn't just cosmetic, and it's quite a big problem, but Ray assures us that the caravan should stay in one piece long enough to get it moved on site. So if I move these here, now we've made this hole bigger than it was. It wasn't that big to begin with. There was just kind of bits rotted around here where it just isn't so well sealed. And so Dave is going to replace this, but you can see that beam down in underneath there is basically completely rotted. So I am quite concerned about the beam now, and I really hope that the caravan makes the move down in one piece. Because otherwise we could be in trouble. All we can really do for now is hope for the best and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And God bless Hannah now, only for her today. I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the thoughts of not just kind of making it clean and that, but, you know, having to bleach around the ceilings and basically cleaning every square surface that's visible right now. And it's just a lot for one set of hands to try and get done of a Sunday afternoon. So we've gotten a good bit done now, and if I can just get the mop with the bleach around here in the sitting room before we leave today, that'll be a pretty good day's work. Now, we're having some issues getting some power on site here. Ray was trying to sort us out with an extension lead, but it was a site lead he had, so not the correct sockets for our little DIY setup. And so we haven't got the hot water or the jigsaw that we kind of needed today, but we just need to get this floor repaired basically, and then we can think about things like getting the lino down and doing a bit of painting, and sure, then we're halfway there. Our other big problem is that we are missing the gas boiler that's meant to live in here. And we also don't actually have a shower, though we do have quite a sizable bathroom. So we just need to try and source a good gas boiler now for it, and a shower, and yeah, a new mattress. We might have to get a mattress made as well. So those are kind of the large expenses for now. So we're hard at work making the magic happen, both on and off camera. So stay tuned for more updates. And before I finish up, I just want to say thank you for the kind donations I received through Ko-Fi last week. They ensure I can keep providing the time it takes to record and edit videos for the channel, and that when I'm not renovating, I can continue making fun and informative content about Ireland's culture and history for you all. I also want to thank all of you who have signed up for a paid membership option on my channel, since this offers me an added sense of security in the work I'm doing, especially at this most liminal of times. If you'd like to follow along with our time-sensitive relocation, or house move on steroids as I like to call it, hit subscribe to make sure you catch my next video. It's a free way you can support this thoroughly misguided witchy adventure into the wilderness. Slán agus beannacht, goodbye and good luck to you.